Welcome to Jewel Cooks with a dash of English and a pinch of fashion. Today we're cooking deviled chicken Milanese. Our English lesson is using homophones two, and two, and our fashion segment features Italian fashions from the 1500s. I'll be back after our English lesson and the fashion segment.
Hi, as Jewel said, our English segment today is about the proper use of homophones to, two, and two. To, which is spelled T-O, is a preposition and it means to approach something or come towards something. To means also, and it's spelled T-O-O. It means also. For instance, I'm in the kitchen and Jewel is too, meaning I am in the kitchen and Jewel is also. Two, spelled T-W-O, is a number. It's probably the easiest homophone of the twos to remember because it means a number and it's spelled T-W-O. And it simply means more than one, but less than three. So, Jewel is one girl in the kitchen. Gentle is in the kitchen. So now we have two girls in the kitchen.
Hi, I'm Gentle with your fashion part of Jewel Cooks. Today I will be talking about Italian fashions from the time period of the 1500s in Italy. The women wore a piece of clothing called a Florentine dress that gave them a triangular shape, while the men wore coats, jackets, pants, and a matching shirt that gave them more of a square shape. And in art class, I drew these pictures to give you a better example of the clothing. So we have the Florentine dress that was worn by the women. It had a full skirt and a corset and usually very decorative sleeves. And the men wore a coat, pants, and shirt, as seen below. And once again, these are clothing from the 1500s time period, Italy.
Welcome back. As I was saying, today we're making deviled chicken Milanese. So we start off with our chicken. We have thinly sliced boneless, skinless chicken breasts. First, we're gonna put 1/2 cup to 1 cup of flour into a shallow dish. In the second dish, we're gonna add 2 large eggs. You wanna beat those. Add 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And you want to eyeball 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And you want to add 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. You want to eyeball that instead of measuring it out where things will get sloppy. To the Italian seasoning and the eggs. So let's go. 1 tablespoon, 2, and 3. And whisk that until thoroughly combined. Good. Now, for your breadcrumb mixture, you want to add 1 cup to 3 cups of breadcrumbs depending on how thick your chicken is. So I probably won't use all these breadcrumbs, just enough for the chicken I have. And you want to add 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, depending on how much Parmesan cheese you like or don't like. I like a lot, so I'll add a 1/2 cup. to the breadcrumbs. You want to grab a smaller whisk for these. So as I'm whisking this, I'll tell you about the origin and history of the Milanese style of cooking chicken. So Milanese or Milanesa was originated in Central Europe and brought to the southern cone of South America by Central European immigrants. It eventually spread to America by the late 1930s, where Americans made their own variations. Okay, now that that's all whisked, we'll get all of our ingredients out of the way. And now you want to season your chicken. You want to season it with salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper on both sides. As I'm seasoning it, I'll tell you about the origin of the deviling side of chicken, which of course is using the Italian seasoning, the eggs, and the Dijon mustard and the cayenne pepper, whereas the Milanese is Parmesan cheese. So the devil version of cooking chicken was originated in America by combining different spices for a spicy devil taste. You want to season these: salt, pepper, generously, and cayenne pepper. Rub it in. You just want to rub it into the chicken. A generous amount, but you could always add less or more if you like it really spicy or a bit mild. I mean, you want to keep continuing on the second side. Now, and I'm calling the second side too. Now, chicken cutlets were invented to have a simple, inexpensive dinner while staying tasty and not like a bland supper. Which chicken cutlets became extremely popular during the war when people had to cut their expenses drastically. While in variations like deviling, breading, or Milanese, which I'm doing all of those here, were invented to give the chicken flavor and character. And I always have a nice amount of warm soapy water in my sink so I can wash my hands and put any dirty dishes in there so I can avoid a big mess. Finishing seasoning this chicken. Okay, good. Now, I just want to wash up my hands now. And now we're going to heat our oil in our non-stick pan. You want to heat about 2 tablespoons of, well, not 2 tablespoons, but you want to heat about a pool that's about a millimeter in the bottom of the pan. So the skillet or your baking pan. A nice pool because even though the chicken is thin, we want it to cook all the way, so we won't have to cook it anymore in the oven. There we go. And I try to use all organic, pure, natural ingredients and food because I want to stay as healthy as possible. Okay, so to start with the chicken, you want to first start with your, let's heat up the oven. So, you want to heat it to about medium-high heat. And children, please don't do this without adult supervision, because I'm about to be 14, so of course I don't need much adult supervision, but kids that are younger, always have a parent supervision or adult supervision while you're cooking. Okay, first, you want to take your first piece of chicken, because you're going to do 2 in a pan at a time, since these are quite small and we have a nice 12-inch pan. You're going to start with the flour, coat it in flour nicely. Shake off any excess flour. Then we're going to move to the egg mixture. So I'm going to add the egg mixture to the chicken. Coat it nicely because there's a lot of flavor in this egg mixture. I'm going to shake off any excess egg. You want to shake off any excess egg. Then you want to add it to the breadcrumb and Parmesan cheese mixture. And you can let the chicken hang out in there while the oil's still heating up. I'm going to do another one. Take another piece of chicken, coat the flour, and I'll follow the same routine for each slice of thinly sliced chicken. And the egg mixture. Remember, you get it nice and coated. And now I'm going to wash my hands and see if our oil is nice and hot. It's almost hot, so
Got a hearty.
now we have the yummy chicken in the oil. I just flipped them and they have a beautiful crust because we got the oil to its heated perfection. Flip them and now they have a beautiful crust. You can see the Dijon, the Parmesan. That's why it's such a good crust, because of the Parmesan, the breadcrumbs, and you can see the Italian seasoning. So delicious. And they're almost finished on this side, and we're going to put them on a nice cooling glass instead of. Perfect. Just going to transfer these to the heating rack. And then before adding your next 2 pieces of chicken, you want to let this oil just heat up ever so bit. I'm just going to wash up my hands and get all this stuff put away. That's it. After they cool, of course, we're going to enjoy them. And you can always have a tossed salad, a nice light pasta, a veggie, any type of veggie you like, asparagus tips, green beans, a great pair with them. And tonight we're enjoying them with applesauce. Thank you for tuning in. Bye. To Jewel Cooks with a dash of English and a pinch of fashion. Bye. See you next month.